Hello, 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 and welcome. I am Bernadette. If you haven't watched me before, I just want to welcome you to my page and to this live stream. We are going to talk about the things that we tend to resist and why doing so disempowers you. So say hello when you get here. I'm going to give you just a minute. I am a success empowerment coach, but I am a spiritual teacher and a spiritual mentor. Everything I do with people, whether it's spiritual counseling, doing business strategies, doing trauma relief, or psychic readings, all involve spirit. So I bring that to everything, including these live streams. So I hope if this is helping you in any which way, you will not only like and follow our page, but you will also share the video with your friends so that they can, learn some things too. Good morning, Sheila. Hi, Kim. Good morning, Janine. How you guys doing? Doing good? I hope you are. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. We have Charm Life coaching tonight. So for those of you who don't know what Charm Life is, just go to my website right there. Is my website, bernadettegold.com. Click on Charm Life, the immersion, and you'll learn all about it. It's a great way to learn how to rise above all of the circumstances so that you can manifest a charmed life, one that's blessed. Hi, Lou. How are you, sweetheart? So we're going to talk about this just because it's come up, and I'm not disclosing from where or what, but it's come up several times in the last 24 hours. People have contacted me saying, oh my God, I watched your live stream and it triggered me. And I'm scared to look at these things. I would rather not stir the pot or open Pandora's box. So we are going to talk about what those things are. You're sick, Sheila? Oh, big hugs to you. Boy, hope you get well. Oh, don't worry about it, Kelly. You are super, super welcome to share whatever you want in Burning Gold that's positive, uplifting. I was just curious what the video was or the post was because it said it was unavailable. I was like, I want to see, what was it? I'm just curious being like that. So don't apologize at all. No big deal. It just said not available. So yeah, but you did delete it and that's cool. That's cool too. First of all, for those of you who aren't in my group, Burning Gold, it is a private Facebook group. It is free to join. It is a community of like-minded spiritual people looking to evolve, to heal, to get support. So those of you, and there's only been a few so far, that have done live videos introducing yourself, where you're from, what you do, what you're doing within the community of Burning Gold. I want to thank you for being the brave, courageous souls that you are that stepped up first. I hope to see, we have 1,000 people in there. I hope to see more of your videos because I love seeing you guys and hearing what you're doing throughout your day and what you're learning, what spirit's speaking to you. Because I believe when we share like that, whether you realize it or not, and that's why I do these live streams, whether you realize it or not, it's going to touch somebody else. David, and you are going to do that today, Kim? Woo! So excited. I feel since things from the past are resurfacing, is wreaking havoc on your body. Very possibly. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Good to see you. I love all of you guys. I'm so grateful that you're here today. All right. So here's the number one thing I want you guys to get out of today's live stream. Okay. What you resist persists. What that means is, if you avoid facing anything, if there's something in you, whether it's a belief system, a past trauma, an issue from childhood, a breakup, something that has made you feel bad about yourself, something that concerns you for your future, if you resist facing it, you actually empower it, right? On the bus, forgot my headphones, have to watch the replay. Thank you, Bernadette, for moving me past the obstacles so I can experience the freedoms of traveling on the bus. I'm so happy for you, Tao. Cool. Yay. Woohoo. Super, super proud of you too. Okay. So back to it. That which we are afraid to face, like all of us have these things in our lives, right? I don't want to stir the pot on it because then Where's that going to take me? Is it going to bring up issues within my relationship? Is it going to bring up issues within my life? Is it going to create problems for me? And it can be simple things. It can be difficult things, whatever it is, though, that you're afraid to face. That thing has power over you. Fear is a negative emotion. It's a lower vibrational emotion. Look, we all have fear, and it's good and healthy to have some level of fear. But if you have fear that is controlling you unconsciously and consciously, you need to knock it out of the park and just face it. What does this say? This is a perfect topic for today. I gave my first readings in a live for a private group I'm part of. Spirit has been pushing me to do it, and I finally stopped resisting. Yay! Good job, Kelly. It's hard to do readings for people. It's hard to be public. Look, I've been online and doing readings professionally for the last almost 20 years. This 2020, January 2020 marks my 20th year. And my name is all over the internet because of sites that I've contracted on, subcontracted on, plus my own site. My name's been out there for a very long time. And, you get feedback, sometimes negative feedback, especially when you're like me and you cut through the bullshit and you tell the truth, not necessarily what people want to hear. There are a lot of psychics out there that will do readings and twist the reading so that they get a good rating. And that's not me. I want to tell you guys the truth because I am not one that wants to pay somebody to fluff me up, fluff my pillow. No, tell me the truth so that I can grow, which goes perfectly in alignment with the topic of today and today's live stream, right? Our egos don't want to hear the things that are going to cause us to grow. So sometimes we resist the truth. Sometimes we get angry and we get triggered by the truth of where our fear's holding us. So it can be about relationships. It can be about money. It can be about career. It can be about your body image. It can be about anything. It can be about past traumas. Like I said, if we resist facing it, that thing has power over us. And when something has power and we just choose to avoid it, it becomes disempowering. Okay. So again, what you resist persists and what you avoid disempowers you. And that is the last place that we want to be when we're on the path of evolving and ascending and growing as human beings in our spiritual walk, right? Whatever triggers you, if it's a live stream, if it's a conversation you overhear. I was just watching the hearings, the Democratic congressional hearings, and there was a conversation going on about how it's kind of makes other people angry, like triggers, and I think it's a good thing. Like, I don't normally follow politics. For the last 2 years, I have followed it like when issues like this come up for this reason. I don't believe that it can take my energy down. I don't have that belief. I used to, but now I glean from watching these things as they unfold. I go deeper. What's under the surface of this? Not what's being said. Why is this coming to the surface? Because it is about, especially here where we live in the US, like this is about the mass consciousness of the US. Right? At a clinic, giving a quick watch. Hi, Arlene. Welcome. So I do want to stay on top of it because there's so much fear being generated over what's happening, what's not happening on the political scene worldwide, that I want to see how these energies are evolving and showing up in such a way that it's creating shifts and change. I don't think it's a negative. I think it's a positive. I think that a lot of the stuff that is showing up right now has happened because many of us have become very apathetic and not wanting to vote. But we have a voice, and I believe that we all should vote, that we all should have a voice in it. Don't watch anymore. Too much negativity in politics. And I understand that. And I'm not telling you guys to do it or not do it. Spirit has me doing it, not burying my head in the sand. And it's fascinating because there's nuances to the energy coming off each person speaking, Like, I like to go deeper. What are they really saying? Why are they saying it? How is it being heard by the general populace? How is that affecting the way people are thinking and what people are doing? I have to walk amongst those in the world. I want to know what I'm walking into. I want to know what energies are present. There is a battle between light and dark. So I'm not going to avoid these things. I'm actually, because of my position and what I do for work, I need to be aware of current, topics, like what's coming up. And politics are an interesting thing because these are our governing bodies, right? So I want to know what's going on in my government because they are passing legislation that affects me. And there is a war on the feminine and women. There's a war on the truth. And I want to see what energy is backing the truth and what energy is backing the lie. Run for president? No. I don't want anything to do with that. I do not want anything to do with politics ever. When it comes to like running for an office or something. I think what I do with people individually and in groups is important. I love how the Starseed children are starting to speak up. Starseed children, yes. The young girl with climate change, Greta Thunberg, absolutely. And I think you're going to see more of that. I think you guys are going to see way more of that. The younger generation who is inheriting this planet and the laws that have been passed either to disempower them or empower them, you're going to see more of that showing up in the upcoming year. And I think it's powerful that we hear the voice of the children, right? So I do watch it. I did want to watch that hearing because I wanted to hear it for myself and see it for myself instead of just getting the news reports. I watched the actual hearing today, and I know it's triggering some people. Right? I know that it's a difficult thing to, you guys crack me up. Oh my God. If B ran for president, we'd all be on 24/7 watch. No, B's never going to run for president. No, but I appreciate the God, I can't speak that well. I'm not good at scripts. I would screw up the whole thing. And then I'd have everybody like, yeah, laughing. But I think it's important right now. So Greta is one of your heroes. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her because there's been lies told about her. There's been rumors told about her. But even that, even facing climate change and what's my part in that is an issue people are avoiding. They don't want to know how the effects of climate change or what we're doing to create climate change. People don't want to know, how every time I'm guilty of this. I will admit this, you guys, on live stream, how buying water bottles is contributing to the mass extinction of other species on this planet and ultimately our own. When I was in 10th grade, I wrote this poem that went something like, see if I can remember it. I found it not that many years ago. Look at the birds, the trees, the plants. I can't remember how it goes, but the end line and the moral to that poem that I wrote, and it was in 10th grade. This is how my brain worked. Look at man, he's killed himself, right? It basically was how we were ignoring. And this was back in here's my age, 1982. I wrote this poem, and it was a short poem, but it was just some things I was pondering, like how we take advantage of the trees, the plants, the birds, right? And how we were mistreating the planet back in 1982. All right, some 30 something years ago. And in the end, that we were going to kill ourselves. We were going to drive ourselves into extinction. I wasn't one even as a child that avoided facing these things that I feared or facing the things that were going on. I think it was important then. I think it's important now that anything we are afraid of looking at, learning about, knowing about, that it bears our need to face it. Because like I said, if you fear something, right? And I'm not telling you if you're afraid of gigantic spiders, go sit in a spider den. That's not what I'm saying. But if something within you, a belief system, a fear, a worry for your life, your future, is something you've locked away and compartmentalized, and it makes you angry when someone pokes at it and brings it back to awareness, or it makes you fearful of what loss you might incur if you face that thing, then you need to face it. Okay. That which triggers you is the very thing that needs your attention. It's not about running away. I didn't get to where I am today going from an abused child, feeling very victimized repeatedly throughout my life until my 20s. I didn't get to where I am right now, being able to manifest crazy things like, 25 grand cash or a boat or $10,000 to just go sit in the recording studio and record songs for the hell of it just to play, or a big house with a greenhouse, right? I didn't manifest those things because I was afraid to look at my issue. I only manifested those things because I looked at my issues, because I faced my fears, because I got real, and because I was willing to look at all the places in me that was not love. Fear is the opposite of love. Okay? I want you guys to hear that. So I'm actually going to type it for you. Fear is the opposite of love. It isn't hate. Some people think it's hate. Hate is the opposite of love. Hate falls under fear, right? Seriously. You cannot hate something if there isn't a fear of loss over something, fear of loss of belief in yourself, fear of the way of life that you're living. Fear is the opposite of love. Everything that is fearful removes you from connection to God, source energy, your higher self, removes you from that place of love. In love, and this is the Bible says this, and many other texts say exactly the same thing. In love, there is no fear. Right? The Bible says that. So I think we should actually be paying attention when you're in love. And I don't mean like in love with the person. When you're standing in the vibration of love, when you're standing in the vibration of real love, and it is a choice and it is an energy, there is no fear. It casts out all fear. That amount of light that resides within love casts out all fear. There's nothing to fear when you're in the place of love. So choose love for your life. Love yourself enough to face your fears that are holding back the expression of love in all areas of your life, right? When we're in fear, we're resisting having to face issues of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of loss of material things, right? We are in that place. Hi, Lisa. How are you? So we want to stay in love, which means we have to face down fear. We have to shine the light on that which we fear, that which we hate, that which we feel takes our power away. Nothing can remove your power when you stand and shine a light on it and love yourself through it, love another through it. When you sit there and go, bring it, let me see it. My darkest, deepest, icky places, I want to shine light on it. All those places that I'm scared, all those places that I didn't think I was strong enough to deal with, you disempower fear and you stand in love and empower yourself. That is what all of this work we do on our egos and we do on ourselves is about, right? And yeah, it is a big statement. It's a BG t-shirt statement. I should put that. I'll put it on a Sarcastic Queen t-shirt. We're getting Sarcastic Queen rebooted, which is an interesting thing too, because we've been on hiatus with creating new designs for a couple of months since we moved. Here's what's interesting with that. I found out we were going to switch our warehouse, our fulfillment center. And I found out that they were switching all of their printers and all of their software, and all of the deliveries were behind, which will penalize you on Etsy. If you sell on Etsy, you know this. And I felt bad that, when we moved, everything just sort of stopped, and we had just started the company in March. Now I know why we haven't had a desire to create new designs, because I don't want to get knocked off Etsy. We've sold a few things here and there, but I haven't really been marketing it at all. And now we're moving into marketing some stuff. So I'm going to make some Zodiac mugs, some fun t-shirts, some inspirational t-shirts. I felt this at an action yesterday where we made a love train to stand in love versus Westboro Baptist, who always spew hate. They spew fear. Honestly, everything that comes out of organizations like that, that is fear. That's why I watch these hearings too. I want to see where the lies are coming from. Why are the lies there? And you know what I've found? Because they're afraid of something, afraid of losing their job, afraid of being penalized, afraid. It's all fear, right? Stand in love. And when you stand in love, you stand in truth. Be loving enough to yourself to face the truth of your belief systems, your programs, your comfort zones, that which makes you feel like you're safe when it really does not make you safe, right? Going to send you a message to create Zodiac mugs and t-shirts. My daughter started to make mermaid pictures for them, but I think I'm just going to do text ones and maybe add a little picture behind it. So yeah, I think we're going to do that because she did a bunch of them, but she wasn't happy with the way they're printing. So she pulled that, but that's okay. I'll still do them. Travel mugs. We can do regular coffee mugs. Where we would have to use a different company to print the travel mugs, but I do have a company that actually can do that. It's just trying to figure out all of that. We're switching all of our stuff and changing our pricing to include free shipping. So we have to raise our prices slightly to make sure that we're covering ourselves when it goes international and different parts of the US. Anyways, yeah, you guys are going to see a lot more of that stuff. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I have a store on online called Sarcastic Queen. It's kind of my place where I get to play and make things, t-shirts, mugs. We're going to get into some journals, sweatshirts, canvas totes, stuff like that. We do both inspirational and just funny, sarcastic stuff because I am a Sag and there's a sarcastic side of me that I'd love to let loose every now and then, trying not to be too cynical about anything, but it is just a fun place for me to play outside of here. And it gives my daughter a place to express herself with her art. And she's an amazing, amazing artist. So we will get that rolling again. All right. So get on it, people. For those of you in Charm Life, we are going to talk about this very subject at length with some tools, and hopefully coach some of you guys through whatever you've been avoiding, what you're afraid of, in making different choices in your life. Because I know the paralysis that comes with fear when we get into analytical mode and stuck in our heads and thinking about all the things that could go wrong if we actually face this thing over here that we've compartmentalized. And I'm not kidding, like whether it's a trauma, a past relationship thing, a money thing, a work thing. So we're going to talk about that at length in Charm Life tonight. If you are not part of Charm Life and you're like, that's it. That's the call to action I needed. I want to join. It's not too late. As long as you join by 4 p.m. Pacific time, you can be part of coaching tonight. I just need that time to onboard you into the system and get you the links. Can't wait for Charm Life tonight. Me too. Choose to love, to suffer, or to be empowered. Hold on, can't read that. Choose to love, to suffer, or to be empowered, or give away your power. We do choose it. But here's the reality. And in the most loving, gentle way I can tell you, as someone who has faced things that were very ugly in life, at times it doesn't feel like you have a choice. At times you feel so backed up against the wall with all of these things coming at you. You don't feel like you have a choice, right? You don't feel like that love can overtake fear and distrust of others and betrayal and hurt. The world can be a very harsh, cruel place until you decide how you're going to live and how your life is going to stack up and how you're going to create your life. When you choose that and you get some tools to overcome and override all of the way the world actually walks in a very disconnected, harsh way, until you have the tools, it is easier said than done. Like you can hear these things and go, yeah, that makes sense, but I can't do that. And I get that too. When you're ready, then the teaching is there. The support is there. The counseling is there, but you have to be ready. I love you, Kim. Kim is saying, sign up, people. It's amazing. Kim, I love you because of this. For months, you've been following me for months, and you've been wanting to get in and waiting and kept saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And not only did you do it, but your husband's doing it too, which I think is super powerful when couples come together and do this work together and individually. Charm Life's teaching me things that at a moment I may not see, but when it shows up, I know what to do. Great place to learn, and I love it. And I love you, Sheila. Charm Life is powerful. And it isn't because I'm powerful and I'm oh so great. I don't want you guys to get the impression of that. The Charm Life material, the ongoing life work of Charm Life that I continue to do to this day came about from me in my 20s, crying out to Spirit saying, I know there's something more. I know that there's more to this. I know that I can be more powerful in my life. Teach me, show me, and I was studying theology. I was studying Christianity, Kabbalah. I was studying Buddhism. I was studying all kinds of different things. And I wanted to know, like, how is it that I can do the things that Jesus did, do the things that Buddha talks about, be peaceful, because I wasn't. I was abused repeatedly and felt very much like I had no control over life. And I'd taken things like, what was that? LifeSpring. It was LifeSpring. I don't remember what it's called now, and got into it. I don't know what it is about me that people love to like humiliate me. They called on me. And then at this LifeSpring thing, the forum is what it's called now. And I was in like the first part of it before I went into the leadership program. And I remember telling them, because they were talking about victimhood, and the guy called on me. I was sitting in the front row, and I remember telling him, you don't know me. You don't know my story. And that, as angry as I got at what he said to me about me and my story without ever speaking to me before, resonated and hit home. And that was the beginning, but I knew it wasn't all of the information I needed. I knew that it wasn't all the processes I could ever find. And it really wasn't very deep at all. I had to go with Spirit and truly learn more. And Lisa, it's the best thing I've done for myself. I've grown so much. My relationships are better. I love that for you. I just stayed Charm Life. Just started Charm Life, and I'm excited. It came highly recommended from a trusted friend. On a side note, I'm ready to reclaim my empath abilities. Yay! I notice I get drained talking to others. Good point of information to build upon. That's awesome. I love you guys. Charm Life has taught me inner peace. You guys are amazing. I'm not asking you guys to do this, but I think this is good because it lets people know what's possible for them. The teachings are a great help. No judgments, just love and support. I'm grateful for it. Spirit was preparing you to be the healer you are and to help us all during this awakening. So many false people out there teaching BS. Your life is a miracle. I'm grateful for you. Love you. I love you too. Really? I like this working during Charm Life. Can I jump on later? Everything's on replay, Arlene. If you're not available to do the live weekly coaching, because we have people in Australia, we have people doing Charm Life from the Netherlands. So even if you can't be at the Charm Life live, the replay goes up within an hour to 2 hours of us doing the live class. You have the replay on the website available to watch and listen to at any time. And I suggest you listen to those replays repeatedly. But the lessons, the videos, the workbook, all of that is where the work is. Coaching is an add-on. Coaching is a way to take all of the teachings and all of the principles and all the work you're doing for yourself in the program and apply it to daily life as it's coming up with current energies. That's the power of Charm Life, is it's constantly evolving and constantly morphing. So yeah. Hi, Richard. How are you? All right. So we are going to talk about triggers tonight. We're going to face some fears tonight. Get ready. I may piss you off, but remember, it's not me. It's all done in the most loving possible way. And sometimes it's those who piss us off the most that are our greatest teachers, because that is when we get triggered into anger, to fear, to anxiety, to worry, that actually shows us where we're remaining in fear, what needs to be cleaned and cleared. So, Andrea, thank you. Charm Life is super supportive space. Bernadette's an amazing leader. I love that you guys like bring your stuff. I love that you guys support each other. Charm Life wouldn't be what it is without all of you who are constantly showing up for life coaching, who are constantly willing to get vulnerable and raw and help everybody else by bringing your stuff, right? And yes, I share all of my stuff. I'm very transparent about the things I've been through, things that I'm going through, things I'm thinking. Because I think as I learn and grow too, continually, that you guys will learn and grow too. It isn't about being perfect either, right? It's not always being about about being happy either. And a lot of spiritual teachers will be like, well, you can't be happy or you can't be sad. You have to be happy all the time. It's not about that. It's about moving through the energies in the highest possible way. Ah, cool, Kelly. We would love to have you. Seriously. Like whoever's ready. And this is deep work. I have Soul Fast, which is a 30-day program that repeats itself like it's yours to keep for life. If you are not into signing up for a year program, you can do a 3-month, but I guarantee you, I have never had anyone in the 3-month program that didn't enroll into the masters the 1 year because they found so much value just in doing it one time in 3 months. Everybody will end up enrolling in the masters and sticking with it. And I have masters who've been with me for a few years because it keeps evolving. It keeps you on it. It doesn't let your ego grab back a hold of you. Seriously, that is the beauty of Charm Life. But I do have a shorter program for those of you who are like, I don't want to do the work in Charm Life. It's called Soul Fast 30. It's a 30-day ego busting detox for you. And you can either watch the videos here on Facebook or you can watch them on the website. They're posted daily in Facebook. And weirdly enough, I recorded those videos in March last year. And every single day when they're posted, each video and each lesson, it seems to hit no matter. Like, I don't know how it happens that way. That is the beauty of spirit. A lot of things each of us think we're going through individually comes up by someone else in the group. So if you miss a class, you'll get your answers. Yep, that's true too. Very true, Valkyrie. Maybe I'll start there and work my way into Charm Life. I feel called to keep working through my stuff. So Kelly, here's the other thing. If you join the masters, and I'm telling you this so that later you're not like, well, nobody told me. If you join the masters in Charm Life, you not only get Soul Fast 30 included, you get a free masterclass. It's not free, but you get a tapping masterclass I did. So you have added tapping. You also get the empath masterclass, all included in your membership with Charm Life when you sign up for the year. Those are bonuses that I include because I pretty much give Charm Life like everything under the sun. I empower you guys in Charm Life that are serious because I know that level of commitment and what it takes to work through your stuff. So people that are in Charm Life get the whole enchilada. So if you do decide that you want to do that, that is available as a bonus. But if you want to do Soul Fast first, that's fine. Sign up into Soul Fast and then come into Charm Life. Everybody's got their own path. Some people wait a year. I had a woman wait for a couple of years. And, when she finally got in, she's like, man, I wish I had done this 2 years ago instead of suffering through the last 2 years without tools. And Lisa, don't let the money scare you. It will be there. You can manifest it. Charm Life teaches about manifestation. Yes, I do. Teach all about that and how to bring blessing upon blessing upon blessing into your life, from simple things like always getting front row parking, to finding money on the ground, to having checks show up in your mailbox that you were not expecting, to manifesting, answers to solutions that you thought didn't exist. It covers all of that for you guys. But I think more importantly, it teaches you how to ride your energy higher above all of the fear and trauma. It helps you clear the trauma from the past. It helps you understand where other people are coming from as well so that they can't trigger you. And that's the power. You get to know yourself. You get to connect to yourself, and you get to connect to spirit, to your higher self, and to God. I mean, like, to be in conversation with spirit 24 hours a day 7 days a week. That is the point to charm life. That's what I wanted for my life. That's what I learned to create for my life. And then I learned how to teach other people that same process. And it's amazing. And I'm not saying that every moment's perfect and isn't without challenge. We have challenges, but to have the tools and the resources to deal with those challenges in a happy, joyful way, where you're like, yeah, I'm a badass. Go ahead, bring it. I'll get out of this one. Spirit's got my back. To be able to walk like that, totally different than walking in victimhood, totally different than hiding from your fears and being afraid to stir the pot. For me, it's like, yeah, let's stir the pot. I want to know what's holding me back from being, my biggest, brightest self. I want to know what underlying unconscious stuff in my programming, in my belief system, still keeping me stuck at lower levels. Hi, Beverly. Good to see you. So face your stuff, you guys. Whether you do it with me or not, you do it with somebody else. I don't care. Whatever resonates to you, whomever resonates to you, I may not be the right one for you. And I don't want you to come work with me and my class if I'm not the right one for you, but do the work, right? Find somebody to help you with that work. Whether that's someone that is a psychotherapist and a counselor that's on the cutting edge, like Beverly Sosi, or it's someone like Julie O'Brien, who's in Australia, or it's me, or it's somebody else. I don't care. I just want you guys to have the best possible jumping off point for your life. Seriously. I'm so happy Lauren Antifermo recommended you to her followers. I've enjoyed and learned so much from your lives. I love Lauren. I do. Lauren was in Charm for a brief time. Lauren's really, really connected to spirit, and I've worked with her a lot in the past couple of years. So I think she's amazing, and I love her voice, and I love what she brings forward. She teaches as well. Yeah, it is amazing. Yes, Beverly, do the work. Doesn't matter how you do it, man. Just do it. There is no right or wrong way as long as you're doing it. The only wrong way would be to stay in the fluff zone and not face your stuff. We are at and this is why I keep telling you guys this. We are at a crossroads right now. Many people and this planet is at a tipping point. We're at a tipping point. It can either be a tipping point into holy crap, now what? Or a pivot point. I prefer to create pivot points, meaning, okay, here's the direction I'm going, and now I've hit a wall. Like now I can see the destruction that either me or my beliefs are causing, or how the behaviors and actions I'm taking are causing for myself, the planet, and others. And I can change directions and now walk differently, right? Or it can just be a tipping point where it's like, all right, there goes the Titanic, and start playing the violin as it sinks and give up. I prefer to create a pivot point, because I know that it's possible to change things rapidly. I think if we all got together, we're at a crucial point in this world. We absolutely are. I think we all got together and did this thing together within ourselves and then watched it vibrate out there. It would change things so drastically and so immediately in such a transformative way that we could turn this boat around called life on planet Earth. So it's super important to me that I help people in whatever capacity they need it, whether it's here on live stream, and those of you who can't afford to work with me in my groups or one-on-one, that you get some food, spiritual food. That is my hope and why I do these things. I love that. Thank you, Sharon. Get a lot of your lives. Helps me keep going and keeping up. That makes me happy. That's my point. That is my point in sharing this stuff, is that you guys get some spiritual food. I know you can be watching a ton of other people. There's lots of good people out there. I know there's some people that are not so good too. And, my hope, I can't complain about the fakes and the frauds and the pillow fluffers and the snake oil salesman if I'm not willing to use some of my free time to offer up, right? Some teachings from the heart. I can't be angry at that. I can't be upset by that if I'm not willing to do anything about it. This is me being willing to do something about it and backing, like putting my mouth or putting my money where my mouth is, walking the talk. That's what the deal is. We are more powerful than we think, Beverly Sosi. We absolutely are. So you guys have a wonderful day, Charm Lifers. I will see you tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. For the rest of you, I hope you have a wonderful day. Think deeply now. Like, what is it that's coming up that I'm afraid and I'm like trying to bury? No, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to see that. It's kind of like little kids who are like, I don't see you. Yes, you do. It's there. Face it. Find ways to face it. Find ways to deal with it. Because if you aren't facing it, it is having its way with you. It really is disempowering you. All right. If you guys want to book with me one-on-one, I am working through the entire weekend to make up for the time I took off this month, last week. So while I don't normally work a full schedule during the weekend, I am actually working this weekend. So if there is a slot that's not open, please message me and I will see where I can fit you in that will work with both your and my schedule. All right. For those of you, some people keep messaging me and asking me about this. I do have counseling packages, right? To where if you purchase 2 or 4 or 8, that you get a big discount on your sessions with me. And then you just book them after you've paid for that so that you can work with me either for a month or for 2 months or 3 months. I do have packages. If you need the link for that and you don't see it in my scheduler, if you look above in the scheduler, it'll say, click this link for packages. That will take you to my catalog of packages for those discounted sessions. My counseling schedule is filling. Spiritual counseling, it's filling. People that want to work through their issues with me on a deeper level, on a more spiritual level. So that is available. If you are looking for a counselor who can do sessions with you, who's actual counselor, let me know, because I do have someone that I will gratefully, gracefully refer you to. So, all right. Have a great day. Thank you, Janine. I love you. So I will talk to you guys later.